Yeah, at some point you will. One of the funny things is, you think about the Ray-Ban Meta glasses that have the assistant. It's been trained to be able to understand the world around it through the camera. So you have to give the virtual assistant virtual access to the virtual camera of what it's seeing and train it on what it'll see in there, which is actually very different than what you see in the world. So actually it's a training data and a training set that we have to develop for that and make it useful in that context. But yeah, I think this is something that at some point you'll be able to expect, yeah. I think we're headed that direction as a platform, as an industry. Right now there's a lot of trade-offs that come with eye tracking in terms of cost and in terms of compute, in terms of architecture, and we're working on systems and methods for making it cheaper and making it fit into more architectures and accommodating it more and making it more accurate. One thing that's interesting with eye tracking is it's not mixed reality is a part of the platform. If you don't have it, there's a bunch of functionality that's not available to you, and there's no way to simulate it because it's like your interface with the physical world around you. Whereas with eye tracking, there are usually workarounds that do work. And so you can simulate it in social situations. You can use a different input methodology. And so we believe in it, we're working on it, we're advancing it, but it's also it is a feature that we don't want to bring to the platform until we think it's ready for everybody and worth the cost architecturally, financially, and thermally. Look, we have a brilliant and hardworking team, and I take nothing away from them. One of the real keys here is you get real world data. I do get kind of annoyed. People are like, oh, it's because of competitors. No, it's not. We've been working on this for a long time. Once you get real world data, and it's not, you try your best to do it before you launch a device. You simulate it with, synthetic data, and you have all these labs, and you have all these dog fooders, and then you get the real world data, and you see what the real opportunities are, and you can make some amazing improvements. And we've done it multiple times now with the Quest 3. The pass-through improvements in terms of the clarity, and now in terms of the reduced distortion with near-field objects. But mostly I just think we have a tremendous team on this who's been working on this technology for a long time. And once they saw the real-world usage data come in, they saw an opportunity and they jumped on it. It's really impressive. I absolutely object to this premise. It is just bullshit to claim that the Quest 3 strap isn't comfortable for most people. And do you know how I know that? It's because we do incredible amounts of user research, and we've sold a lot of these things, and we see the feedback coming in. However, of course, it's not comfortable for everyone, which is why we sell the Elite strap. I get so annoyed with this because we do a tremendous amount of user research to make sure that the strap that we ship is comfortable for most people. But of course, we deal in wearables, and that means we're dealing with the huge amount of variance that is involved in human proportions. Where your ear is relative to your eyes, your nose, your forehead, the size of your brow, the size of your neck, the size of your head. There's a huge range of human variance there. And of course, for some people, one size is not going to fit all. And so we do our best to fit the majority, and then we offer alternatives for those who they don't fit. And I feel pretty good about it. So to answer the question is the Elite strap costs more. And that would disqualify, for a lot of people, their ability to purchase this device. And some people don't prefer the Elite strap, including me. I actually prefer the cloth strap. And so I'm sympathetic, I get it. And I totally understand somebody's experience of comfort. They're allowed to talk about that. But do not presume, and I see this happening on the internet all the time, do not assume that everyone has the same comfort response that you do. It's just not facts. It's just not facts. Yeah, so the thing we announced at Connect, we were playing with it in January, and we decided it wasn't good enough. And so it was too held back by some system architecture limitations that we had. It ended up feeling more like a toy, and it didn't really have the power that we think it needed to deliver on the promise of what it was. And so we made a tough decision there to go back to the drawing board and basically consider completely different technical architecture, starting from scratch, basically, including actually a much deeper set of changes to the system to enable what we want to build there. So I think we made the right call. We're not going to ship things we're not excited about, but it did restart the clock. And so this is going to take longer than we had hoped to deliver. And I think it's worthwhile. I think it's the right call, but that's what happened. No, nobody clears my answers. Obviously I have a sense of what we were trying to say as a company, so I'm not completely off the reservation. But no, just me looking at my own Instagram and choosing the questions I want to respond to and saying some stuff to you guys. Love your enthusiasm for the gaming showcase. We love that event as well. We don't do it every year. We kind of do it when, we have the cycles, honestly. And in years that we have big launches and things going on, we often don't. We tend to put that energy into other places. So we got a big fall coming up. We're excited about Connect. So yeah, we got to get back in the showcase train, but we don't do it every year. Wire is the answer. I think that wire sucks. I'm just going to say it. It's like, I really, really dislike it. Of course, you've looked at what we call two-part systems, two-part architectures. And you can offload more than just the battery. You can offload some of the compute and you get more thermal space. The fact that they just did the battery suggests that they actually would like to have it all in one piece. They just couldn't do it with the weight. They were already too heavy. So they had to offload something that's kind of simple. But I really, really hate that wire. It's called Boz to the Future. Check it out.
Click through to the system is possible.